thanks for tuning in to another video. I'm here today with Colleen O'Brien from Wanderful Wheels here in Durango, Colorado. So we're here at their shop, and this is Ram 3500 Promaster build, 136
159 wheelbase.
159,
so this
okay.
is the medium-sized wheelbase.
Okay, got you. So I haven't filmed a Promaster yet for the channel, and I was psyched to do it because it's kind of, I mean, it's the most affordable option, right? Out of like the Transit, Sprinter, all the possibilities, Promaster is kind of an entry-level one. So I like that. Obviously that means it's front-wheel drive.
Yep, this is actually our spec layout. So we specialize in custom builds, but we've built so many Promasters and Sprinters, we've kind of dialed in what we think is the optimal layout, and we offer that as a spec for people who don't want to design their own.
Got you. Okay, so this is like a package that you offer.
Yeah.
Is there a name for the package?
This is called the Wanderer.
The Wanderer. Okay. So is that just a Promaster package, or do you do something similar?
Yep. So the Wanderer Promaster is this package, and then we have a Wanderlust Sprinter.
So in terms of what we can see from this side that's not stock, we have like that's flatline.
Yep.
Does that roof rack. Stock wheels and tires.
Yep.
Yeah. Stock suspension. Are these like drains?
No, that's going to be part of your venting system for your heater. One's intake, one's exhaust.
Oh, okay.
We have aftermarket windows. So we like to do cargo vans because every window we install vents and they have screens, and airflow in a small space is so important. So all the windows we add vent.
Yeah. Where do you get these?
Van Windows Direct.
Van Windows Direct. All right. And it's just a sliding?
Yes.
I see with a screen behind it is what you're
Yep.
saying.
Yeah, they're all sliding and they have screens, so it's nice big openings.
Yeah. Enormous side view mirrors.
Yep.
I like that.
Great side view mirrors. And this is a 2023. Started in 2022, Ram really upgraded the whole front end and safety features. So I feel like they're a lot easier to drive now.
Okay, nice. So like we said, roof rack, and then this ladder also from Flatline.
This is just their standard roof rack, so it's just the crossbars, it's not the full decking.
Do you mind if I
No, hop on up.
look at it? Is there solar up here?
Yep. All of our vans have off-the-grid solar electric systems. You have 375 watts of solar up there, an air conditioner, and a max air fan.
375, I guess in my limited experience, sounds like a lot. Is that a lot?
Yeah, well, you're really restricted by the space on your roof.
Yeah.
But, you know, ideal world, you would do at least 1-to-1. So if you had a 300 amp hour battery, you'd at least have 300 watts of solar. It's all Victron, but we use the Rely-On batteries. They're lithium phosphate batteries, and what we really like about them is you get one battery with 300 amp hours. So it had the largest capacity, and it was a super reliable brand. It's a 220 amp alternator.
Oh, okay. So you upgrade the alternator so that because it's doing double duty, like doing the van battery and your system battery.
And all that does essentially is makes it charge the house battery faster because it's a larger alternator.
The 3 power inputs would be solar, and then short charging.
Yep.
Right, and then alternator in the van.
Yep, charges anytime it's sunny, anytime you're driving, and then you can also plug into a friend's driveway or a campground or anything like that.
Sure.
So you have lots of options. This is the drain for your gray tank.
Okay.
And so there's a valve to release it, but you can hook up a hose if you need to, because some national parks want you to drain into specific containers. So you can hook up a hose and drain into a specific container, or if it's really clean gray water, you can, you know, let it go.
You mentioned that you started this company with your husband. When was that?
Well, we built our first van 8 years ago, and that was a personal one.
Yeah.
And then we became an official business 5 years ago, so in the end of 2018.
What was that van?
It was a 2008 Sprinter, but it was a Dodge Sprinter.
Sure, yeah. And you just like, so that's what the van that you were using, and y'all built it out yourselves, and then you just sold it, or like, how did it turn into?
Well, so we were leaving the Front Range, Denver area, and we were going to go for a big van trip up like the West Coast, all the way to Alaska, and kind of decide where we wanted to end. And I say we made it to Durango, so we didn't make it very far. We fell in love with Durango, and then once we decided we were going to be here for a little bit, we sold the van to buy a house and realized like, oh, we could do this. And my husband's like a tradesman by practice, so he started doing it on the side, and then demand just kind of took off. We use tongue and groove pine beetle, so like all those standing dead trees are what you get these from. And what it does is just interesting, it gives it super different character, so every like wall and panel looks a lot different. And then we coat everything with an exterior non-toxic poly, so it's made for weather fluctuations, it's water resistant, all that type of stuff, so it's really good durability.
People say beetle kill. That's That's what that means.
Yeah, because the beetles kill those trees. Like you see them all over Wolf Creek Pass, they're all over the Front Range.
Yeah.
Environmentally, we like that we're using a standing dead tree versus an alive tree, but we also just love the aesthetics of it. It's just super unique and gives it a lot of character.
Obviously, this is your bed platform.
Yep, we call this area the garage. Most of our garage areas are designed for people to store their bikes inside. We have a lot of mountain biker clients.
Sure.
And then also people in general just love the abundance of storage here. You can customize this any way you want. We do like big pull-out slides, or we've done like different drawer systems or shelf systems. There's a lot of different options. There is a light back here, which may not make a big difference right now, but at nighttime when you have to get your gear, that's really nice. This is your electrical utility zone, and that's your plumbing utility zone. Over here you have your outdoor shower. This is how you fill up your water. You just twist this onto your hose. And then there's a hot water, 12-volt hot water heater in here. And this one I think has a 20-gallon freshwater tank. And these walls are completely removable. It's just thumb bolts. So if you ever do need to like replace your tank or do any maintenance, it's easy access.
Standing here, it feels wide to me compared to the other. Is it?
Yeah, so one of the advantages of the Promasters is that they are the widest.
Oh, okay.
So with our walls and insulation and everything in, you still get about 75 inches.
Yeah.
And so with the Sprinter or the Transit, you'd have to add flares to make a bed that goes east-west. And so it's obviously such a better use of space if you can do an east-west bed.
Right, because you gain all that space like north-south.
Yeah, otherwise you're taking up like another foot in your living area.
Are those stock swivel seats? Or?
One's aftermarket, one's stock.
Okay, passenger seat is aftermarket. Is that in order to fit the heater, or just?
No, it was essentially manufacturing issues.
Okay.
We ordered it with double swivel seats and it came with one, so we added the other one. The nice thing about using the manufacturer swivel seats is they don't add height.
Sure.
It adds like, I think, an inch if you do the aftermarket ones. Go up and they hold open, so you don't have to hold them with your head or anything.
Yeah.
And then they lock in place. One of the advantages of doing custom builds is we've tried, I feel like, every single product, every single latch, because people are like, oh, I like the aesthetics of this or that. And from that process, we figured out what works best. And we love these push button ones. We like that they're metal, so they're durable, they last a while. They really lock the door. We never have them fail. And they don't make a lot of noise. So these are kind of our recommended ones, but if a client wants like regular handles or a different style, we can always do that too. That's
your gray water?
That's your gray water tank that comes from the sink, and so there's just a lever down there when you want to release it, and I showed you outside you can hook it up to the hose or just drain it.
Yep.
There's lots of space under here also for trash can, recycling, cleaning stuff. You still have a bunch of storage under there as well.
This faucet?
Yeah, it's a wee-wee.
Wee-wee?
Yeah, we get it on Amazon. You know, we just like that it's stainless steel. Nice pull down faucet head. There is hot water to the sink, so it has a mixer. And then we always do a nice deep sink basin. We love the grates because it comes like your drying rack, and then it has, I'm not sure what it is, but it has a butcher block that goes in here so you get extra counter space.
Sure. And what's the countertop?
This is Corian, so it's hard surface. We also do butcher block. It's really just based on the client's preference.
Sure. Induction cooktop.
Yep, single burner induction cooktop. And this is going to be your only 120 or AC appliance in the van. Everything else is 12 volt or DC for efficiency's sake.
Okay.
And we always do both outlets in all the locations. So we do an AC outlet like the outlets you have in your house, and we do a DC outlet. The reason being is the DC is a lot more efficient. If you don't have to use your inverter, then you shouldn't. And they actually come out with a lot of appliances that go into these little cigarette lighters. Like you can get a crock pot, you can get like a hot water kettle. They're way more efficient and specialized for RVs and vans. Here's your control panel. You have your outlets. You have a hot water heater button, so when you want to warm up your water, you have a water pump button. You have your light switches. There's 2 lighting zones on the ceiling. You have one over your bed, one over your living area. They're both on dimmers. They're both LED. You have your inverter charger switch, so you can just turn that on when you're going to use it. Then you have your battery monitor, and that's the best way to manage your system. And then you have your heater thermostat. That's right there, yep.
Gotcha. Dometic AC unit?
Yep, that's the 2000 RTX Dometic AC unit. It's about 6,000 BTU, so it's not like the strongest, but it's super efficient. Like you can run it for 15 hours off the 300 amp hour battery. So it's nice for that, and it can cool it down, which is great for like kids napping, or like most of our clients have is dogs. Like it's the heat of the day, you want to go to lunch, you can leave your dogs in here and know they're not going to overheat.
Right. Yeah, it seems like in combination with the fan and the sliding windows, because I mean not all vans even run an AC unit, so it seems like it would be nice.
Yeah, I think more and more clients want them now, and the difference is in the last 2 years. Yeah, that's true. And also in the last 2 years they came up with these really efficient ones. We used to have to install RV ones, which were overkill for the space, and they pulled a lot of energy. They're 120 volts, so that you had to use your inverter, and you could maybe run them from like 2 to 3 hours unless you did like a huge battery bank system.
Yeah. It seems like the part supply is really like flourishing right now. Is that your experience?
Yeah, in the last 5 years, you know, there's been so much innovation and stuff designed for vans.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when we first started, we were taking things from the RV industry or the overland industry and modifying it for vans.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh great, this actually fits here and it understands the purpose and the space and stuff like that. So that's been a huge improvement.
Overhead shelf aftermarket?
Nope, that's standard with the Rams, so that's super nice because we have to install those in the Sprinters.
Right, that's why I asked. It looks, obviously, because you have the interior trim all over it, it looks stock, so that's cool.
Yeah, super deep. I like putting like towels and linens and jackets. It's kind of like my soft storage up there.
Sure. Isotherm fridge, is that 85?
That's a CR85 stainless steel. Those are our favorite ones. We'll do any size fridge because that can be a really important factor to clients, but I feel like this works for 90% of our clients. It's super well designed. Yeah, great storage, good capacity. Reading lights over here. We just started putting these in all of our vans, and I love these because you can turn them on, get into bed, and turn them off. You don't have to, even though it's just right here, get up and switch them. But it's small things like that just kind of make the space more usable.
Sure, I was going to mention that too, actually. It's nice to you have everything located right next to the bed. So like your heater controls and everything you can operate without getting out of bed.
Yeah, you can wake up in the morning and warm up the van in the wintertime before you're ready to get out of the covers. And it's right by the door too, so it's super centrally located. Yeah. In the back there's back windows vent. So that's a newer product by Van Windows Direct, and that's awesome to get more airflow to the back. You have outlets in the back. There's also USB plugs for your phone on these lights as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 USB. Yeah.
Well, so the thought process is, you know, you have your bed zone. If you're like watching a movie or working in bed or something like that, you can do that.
Yeah.
You have it for here. So there's a table that I'll show you that hooks up here. So you have a little dine out, hangout zone. But if you're working right here, you can plug in. And then the table also connects to the front of the kitchen. So you can also use your computer or appliances from the front seats. Right. So kind of whatever zone you decide to hang out in, you have access to plug stuff in.
Yeah. Bulkhead door?
Yeah, this is to access the garage area. I use this all the time. I recommend this in every single build. If it's raining or dark out and you have something back here, it's kind of a pain to go walk around and open your door. So I love this access. And then we like push our paddle boards through here and stuff.
Like a pass through.
Yeah, exactly. When you have longer items, so that's super nice.
Sure. Yeah, so obviously I'm sitting on a storage bench.
So this bench is mainly storage in here. It stores your lagoon table that sets up right here and up there, and then it's all open for whatever you want to bring. But we also have on this side is a composting toilet, Nature's Head composting toilet. This slides up so you can just use it in place, and it's really easy to maintenance. And then underneath me here, we have this nice step so your feet don't dangle when you're sitting in here, and it's another step to get into the bed. But it's also a hidden storage zone, which is super awesome for like shoes or whatever other items you want to put in there. I love that little extra space, and as a short person, I like that my legs don't have to dangle.
Yeah, sure.
And then above the toilet over here, we have these built-in shelves. We're trying to make the most of this really deep bench that accommodates the toilet, but I use this for like toiletries. You have a charging station here where you can leave like your iPad and phone and just charge it all up. And I put toiletries and then like jars of like food and stuff like that up there too. So
sure.
Pantry / bathroom closet, super versatile.
So who makes the composting toilet?
This is Nature's Head.
Nature's Head. And how does, I don't know how a composting toilet works.
Yeah. So I think one of the most important parts to any toilet, if you want to maintain smell, is you want to separate liquids and solids. And so most composting toilets do that. also for the composting purpose. But I'd say this is a lot of different toilets on the market will claim that they're composting and they have some components to it, but this one's I feel like a true composting toilet. And the reason being is it separates solids and liquids, and then its solid section you add in a carbon medium, so it could be like a cocoa husk or some other type of wood carbon grain, which helps break it down and mix
like
it.
Sawdust? Or
you probably could use that. I'm not exactly sure. They have all the recommended ones that work the most efficiently. And it's constantly venting. So airflow and a combination of nitrogen and carbon are really essential for composting. And so this one's constantly venting. It separates solids and liquids, and then it has like a turning too, so you can turn it all up and mix it, and that's what will break it down into like an inert material. You still want to be like human compost. You still want to be conscious. Like, don't put that on your plants. Like, you still want to dispose of it in a responsible way. Yeah, and it has like an airtight
Human
steel.
compost is bad for your plants?
Solid, so you'd have to let it sit for years, I think, before you could ever use it on plants, especially anything edible.
Oh, okay.
But
we're
yeah,
just like gross.
Yeah,
like
I would just
cows.
Yeah, well, we have cows eat like grass and a lot more.
Yeah, okay.
And they have like 5 stomachs or something, so they break it down. I don't know all the logistics of it, but I know like cat poop and human poop are pretty toxic. Probably dog as well, but yeah, so don't put it on your plants.
Yeah.
But at least makes it cleaner, nice clean material to get rid of it, and you don't have to maintenance it very often. So you're talking like dependence on how much you use it, but like every like 1 to 3 months. Versus like a cassette toilet, you're gonna clean it every time you use it.
Okay, and it's a bag or something that
No, it just composts in the bin, and then the liquid one's a separate container that it comes out. There's a lid for it, and you can go dump it.
Oh, okay. So you just have like 2 little bin things that you dispose of.
Cassette toilets that have water, the Laveo dry flush, we've done that for some clients, and that like wraps it up, and then you can just dispose of it. So there's like a spectrum based on like how often you're going to use it and what type of maintenance you want to do.
So my impression of that would be that it's like a full-time, long-term use case scenario, right?
Yeah. If you're
like
going to be using your toilet on a regular basis, this is what I recommend.
Right.
If you're doing like an emergency situation, then I'd go more to like a cassette style.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm curious from like a business perspective, like what you would, if there's anything that you might like tell yourself if you could go back in time.
Oh my gosh. That COVID was coming, there's gonna be like panic buying of vans. So we could, like, as we started a few years before COVID, I guess if I would have known that, we would have like braced to scale up and also like stockpiled inventory, because it was the supply chain issues were insane during that. If I had the crystal ball about COVID, that could have made my last few years a lot easier.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What else? I think just all the innovation. That's what's made this industry super fun, I feel like. And that's the fun part about custom builds, is the clients are constantly researching what's new and like the best products, and then obviously so are we. We don't get set into the same build we did 5 years ago and keep repeating it. It's like constant innovation and problem solving, and so that's made it super interesting and fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. That's the Wanderer Promaster package. If you want to see more of their builds, it's wanderfulwheels.com.
Yep, Wanderful with an A, so wanderfulwheels.com.
Right.
And we have a whole gallery of different custom builds we've done, and we have information on our spec or set layouts as well.
Sweet. We'll put a link in the description. Yeah, thanks. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
See you later.